Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight to the insights that really matter for you.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're taking a pretty fascinating deep dive into where technology meets policy, specifically AI regulation.
Mhm.
Our source material is a really significant, very recent bill filed in the Philippine Senate.
That's right.
So our mission today is to unpack this, explore its aims, the opportunities it sees, and also the serious concerns it's trying to get ahead of.
The big one.
Yeah, it really highlights this balance, doesn't it, between the excitement of innovation and, the crucial need for safety and ethics in this digital world we're all navigating.
And what's really striking, I think, is how this bill from Senator Pia S. Cayetano, it responds directly to what feels like an urgent national need.
A framework, basically.
Exactly, a comprehensive framework. The goal is making sure AI is used safely, responsibly, ethically. It's about pushing towards a future that's inclusive, innovative, but also secure.
So it's proactive then?
Very much so. It's a clear example of a country trying to govern AI before potential problems really blow up rather than, waiting around.
Okay, so let's get into the why then. Why now? What's really driving this push for AI regulation in the Philippines specifically? Is it just risk management or is there something bigger?
Well, it's definitely more than just managing risks.
Yeah.
Senator Cayetano herself said, look, AI has vast economic and societal potential.
We hear that a lot.
But she stressed it must be accompanied by a robust regulatory legal framework. And crucially, it's not just reactive.
How so?
The bill explicitly tries to weave in sustainability and futures thinking into national policy, looking ahead, not just at today's problems.
That's pretty forward thinking for legislation like this.
It really is, especially for something foundational.
For a lot of people listening, AI can still feel a bit abstract, but this bill seems to spell out some very tangible benefits. What kind of opportunities are we talking about for the Philippines, according to this legislation? This is where you can see the direct impact, right?
Absolutely. And the opportunities listed are genuinely transformative, especially when you think about the Philippine context.
Like what?
Okay, so improving public service is huge for a geographically diverse country. Then there's advancing disaster resilience. Think typhoons, earthquakes.
Critically important there, yeah.
Modernizing agriculture, too, aiming for better food security. And, of course, boosting education and healthcare systems. Foundational stuff.
That's a broad vision.
It really is. It feels like it's directly targeting some of the nation's biggest challenges using AI as a tool.
Okay, that potential sounds exciting, very relevant. But the bill obviously wouldn't exist without concerns. Let's pivot to that. What are the potential downsides, the risks that lawmakers felt were serious enough to warrant this kind of comprehensive bill?
Well, the explanatory note that came with the bill, it lays out quite a range of risks. It points out pretty clearly that AI systems often rely on data and models that might be incomplete, biased, or even manipulated.
And that reflects the creator's choices.
Exactly. It can reflect developers' subjective views or maybe commercial interests. This leads directly to concerns like algorithmic bias.
Meaning the AI inherits our prejudices.
Basically, yeah. If the training data has bias, the AI can unintentionally perpetuate it, leading to discrimination. And then there's the issue of AI hallucinations.
Where the AI just makes things up.
Sort of. It generates false or misleading stuff, but presents it with total confidence, which can be really dangerous.
Okay, those are serious. But you mentioned it goes further.
It does. It steps into territory that might seem more speculative, but it's a global concern. The possible rise of artificial superintelligence, or ASI.
Wow, okay. Define that for us.
ASI refers to these hypothetical AI systems that could surpass human intelligence, potentially becoming beyond our control.
And the bill actually mentions this.
Explicitly. It talks about fears of existential threats to humanity. Things like ASI getting unauthorized access to critical infrastructure, even military assets like nuclear weapons.
That's quite something to see in a current legislative draft, including ASI. What does that tell us about how seriously they're taking the long-term possibilities, especially for, a developing nation?
I think it suggests a really profound recognition. Even though AI is, relatively speaking, still in its early stages, they see its potential trajectory could lead to massive, unpredictable changes.
So better to think about it now.
Precisely. Including ASI signals this proactive, almost visionary stance. It says governance needs to anticipate future capabilities, not just react to current ones.
Yeah.
It feels like they're aiming not just to catch up, but to strategically position themselves for the whole spectrum of AI's evolution.
That's a really nuanced way to approach it. So, given these huge opportunities on one side and these, frankly, quite scary risks, including the speculative ones on the other, how does the bill actually propose to manage this? What's the balancing act?
It explicitly says it seeks to strike a careful balance. That's the phrase used. A balance between encouraging innovation and ensuring AI stays safe, ethical, transparent, and importantly, under meaningful human oversight.
So, not stifling development, but guiding it.
Exactly. And because, as it acknowledges, AI is still in its early stages, it provides a general framework. It's not overly rigid. The idea is to encourage responsible, lawful development.
And the overall vision?
The vision is clear. AI supporting Filipino ingenuity, tackling those national development challenges we talked about, and critically protecting the rights and welfare of every citizen.
Responsibility seems key.
Absolutely. The bill puts the state's responsibility front and center, making sure AI isn't used for crime, abuse, or to cause harm, whether intended or accidental, but also supporting Filipino ingenuity and progress. Is trying to do both.
Okay, so to make sure this vision isn't just wishful thinking, the bill needs teeth, right? Penalties. For anyone listening who's actually building or deploying AI systems, this is crucial. What are the real world consequences if you don't follow these proposed rules? What do the penalties look like?
They look pretty serious. The bill sets up a robust penalty framework, clearly designed to deter misuse and push for compliance. It's tiered based on the offense.
Okay, give us some examples.
Right. For instance, just developing or deploying an AI system that isn't registered properly. That could mean losing your business permits or licenses.
Ouch.
Yeah. Getting blacklisted from government contracts and AI grants. Fines from P500,000 up to P5 million.
So 500,000 to 5 million pesos. That's significant.
And potentially imprisonment too. 6 months to 3 years, or maybe both fine and prison time, depending on the court. That's just for non-registration.
Okay, what about more malicious use?
Right. If someone intentionally uses AI to commit fraud or help commit crimes or cause harm to life, liberty, property, even national security, the penalties really jump.
How much?
Fines go up to between P2 million and P10 million.
2 to 10 million pesos. Wow.
And imprisonment ramps up to 6 to 12 years. Plus, the bill states that if the offense results in death, serious injury, or large-scale financial or reputational damage, they'll impose the maximum penalties.
They're not messing around.
Not at all. And there's one more category they specifically target.
Which is?
Using AI for disinformation or manipulation. Creating or spreading deepfakes, using bots for mass opinion manipulation, illegal surveillance.
Stuff we see impacting elections and public discourse globally.
Exactly. For that, fines are set at P1 million to P5 million, with imprisonment of 3 to 10 years.
1 million to 5 million pesos there.
And these penalties get even tougher if these acts happen during election periods, public emergencies, or violate constitutional rights. So it's clearly aimed at protecting democratic processes and basic rights too.
So wrapping this part up, what we've really unpacked here is a very comprehensive attempt by one country, the Philippines, to get ahead of the curve on AI governance. Senator Cayetano's bill shows this detailed, really forward-thinking approach, from using AI for specific public good to laying out these severe tiered penalties for misuse, and even, looking towards hypothetical future threats like ASI. It's quite a blueprint.
It really is. And what's fascinating, I think, is how this bill, being so comprehensive, tackling bias, superintelligence, penalties, all of it, how it reflects this bigger global conversation that's happening around AI right now.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it, if this bill passes, how might it influence other countries facing similar challenges? And what are the longer term implications for how all of us, individual societies, interact with AI daily as this tech just keeps advancing?
A lot to think about.
For sure. It really underscores that continuous, pretty delicate balance we need to find between pushing innovation forward and ensuring we do it responsibly. That's the ongoing challenge globally.
Welcome to the deep dive. Oh, hey, welcome. What's up? That is a fantastic question, and we'd be happy to break that down for you right now.
Absolutely. It's crucial to grasp the core points of such an important piece of legislation.
Okay, so here's our first key takeaway about this bill from Senator Pia S. Cayetano.
It's all about establishing a national framework. This framework ensured AI is used safely, responsibly, and ethically.
It's basically the Philippines saying we want an inclusive, innovative, and secure digital future.
Yes, and that leads us to the second key takeaway.
This bill isn't just about managing risks, though it definitely does that.
What's fascinating here is that it explicitly integrates sustainability and futures thinking into national policymaking.
So it's proactive, it's looking ahead to potential challenges and opportunities, not just reacting.
Exactly. It's a forward-thinking approach to governance in a rapidly evolving tech landscape.
And for our third key takeaway, it's about the bill's practical measures and its seriousness.
It balances encouraging innovation with ensuring meaningful human oversight and includes serious penalties for misuse.
We're talking about fines, imprisonment, and losing business permits for things like unregistered AI systems.
And even harsher penalties for fraud, crime facilitation, or using AI for disinformation and manipulation, especially during critical times like elections.
So to quickly recap.
1, it creates a national framework for ethical and responsible AI use.
2, it's proactive, embedding futures thinking and sustainability.
And 3, it backs it up with robust penalties to ensure compliance and deter misuse.
Those are some really solid takeaways about Senator Cayetano's bill.
Hopefully that helps you grasp the essence of this legislation.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight